Let's continue. Still staying matters football. Let's look at the state of Harambee Stars. Of course, they were out in Morocco playing twin friendlies against the Chadians. The first leg ending an attempt barren draw, and of course the Stars picking 2-0-1 victory as they rebuild with coach Benny McCarthy, including very many new names into the side. Isi, I'll come to you because this is your forte. First, what do you make of Benny McCarthy so far since he took over the coaching reins?
I think I'm comfortable with him because he has done some things that challenge my thinking as far as how I see Kenyan football. And you know, sometimes if you bring a new broom, the expectation is that you see some different way of doing things. That gives you some hope that maybe it is going to yield some results that we have not seen for a long time. Nonetheless, you see the decisions of yesterday and today are going to form the questions that are going to be raised tomorrow. For example, you mentioned rightly that the squad that was named to go to Morocco was quite changed. And the coach told us that he is preparing now for the Chan, which is almost here. So there were questions about some of the players who are not eligible for Chan, who are included in the team, and that they have been for a long time in the team. For example, without anything against Niang, I mean,
Brian Niang Mandela.
You understand, he has been there since 2010 and all that. So I don't think there's anything new to test about such a player. But looking at some of the boys who have been brought for the first time and they are scoring goals, you see the likes of Wekesa, it tells you that there's something new that is being built. Now, the only thing that maybe I would ask, and maybe the president of FKF is here, will be telling us, is about the choice of the friendly that we get. Because now you see, we are not hosting Chad here. Chad is not hosting us at home. So we are playing away to Morocco. I want to believe maybe there's some understanding. Some other time we were told there was some agreement about cooperation between our federation and also Morocco in football development. But then at the end of the day, we go for Chad, which is lowly ranked. And we play them, we get a draw, we get a win. As far as testing, our boys is concerned, I don't know whether we all agree that is the best test that we could get. But granted, we needed that first win with Coach Benny McCarthy so that the conversation about the draws and the losses is over as we gear up towards Chan. It's very important.
Ziti, touch on this and look at the new names that have been brought in, and what do you make of that?
I think because we are preparing for Chan, and we need the local best players are the ones that are going to play at this tournament, which the coach said that you can, if you hear his last interview, he said that now the players are catching up from with my philosophy on what I want them to do in the playing system. So as for now, I'm not going to judge the coach as long as he's still building up a team. He's still, of course, learning these players one by one. And then we have a month to preparation for Chan. So, of course, we will have a lot of call-up and trying all these players and see what we can do. For me, I think let's just give him time and see what he can come up with.
Quickly, let me add something that I forgot. I remember when, on the night of Chan draw, which I attended, then assistant coach John Kamau said something. He was requesting that there can be cooperation between clubs and the national team and the guidance of the federation, so that there are special camps, mini camps, you know, to make sure that we prepare in the best way possible. Like Zita mentioned, now we are 1 month away. I don't know how clubs are going to support. It's good that the league is almost ending. The kind of cooperation you're going to see, so that the coach is given enough time to select well. You remember against Gabon, he lamented that there were clubs that did not release their players as it were, because we really need to give him a lot of time with the players so that he settles on the best team by the time we come to host the tournament. And I think that will now give us a good picture of what he's able to do with our local boys.
And I think the Chad friendly was just to put the confidence in the players. Like, you can do this, you can play against any team and win.
Absolutely. Yes, and of course, before we bring in Wakili, as earlier mentioned today, we are speaking to FKF President Hussein Mohammed in our quick fire segment. And of course, lots of interest and lots of questions. He is already on set. You can see him there. We'll be engaging him shortly. And of course, all the questions you want answered. Wakili, you can proceed.
Picking up from what Ishi has said, our clubs are under an obligation, mandatory obligation, to release any player who is called up for national team duties whenever there's an international calendar. So CHAN is recognized by FIFA and CAF. So clubs do not have any reason to withhold on their players. That is mandatory. We are not going to negotiate with them. And the federation should be bold enough to even take sanctions against clubs who resist on their players. Now, picking up again from the discussion about Chad, I think apart from looking at the scores, it's good that we are forging international relationships and with the big boys. In Africa, Morocco are big boys. Currently, we are facing a serious dilemma in terms of the infrastructure. And perhaps maybe it may have contributed to our not so good performance technically. So the relationships that we are building are going to benefit us in the near future. Number two, for me, Benny McCarthy has tried because he has had two draws, 1 win, and 1 loss. It's good. The level of Chad, I mean, Chad are there to play football. Their ranking notwithstanding. For me, it really doesn't matter. They may be lowly ranked,
it
but
matters really, and I would say that as we watch this,
in my view, in my view, you have your own view.
Yes.
In my view,
Yes.
yes. So. As we keep on forging these international relationships, other competent opponents will come.
Absolutely.
And we will face them, and Benny's skills or technique will be put to test. Lastly,
need to go. I need to
lastly, the boldness with which the coach has summoned up some boys for the national team duties is something that wows me. I mean, Shuma has been called for the national team duties. Osoro has been called. Yeah. That is not something which we are used to. People are flourishing in the local league, being immediately summoned for national team duties. It is something that has not been happening, and it's something that we must.
So, if you think it's a new dawn,
it is something worth clapping.
Chitere in a minute.
If we are in a court, I will tell Wakili is out of order.
No,
I wish
we are not in court.
Wakili said that it's his opinion.
Unfortunately,
that is his opinion.
You give your opinion without basing it on
that. Is why I've used.
Give your opinion.
I've used my grammar properly. I said if we were in court,
but
I
we're not in court.
Wakili is out of order. Why is he out of order? I just hope, Wakili, we won our 2 games against Chad. Then it will have satisfied your argument. But the fact that we drew against lowly ranked Chad, it will reflect in the upcoming FIFA.
Chitere, you speak as though we are highly ranked.
I'm talking that because, Wakili, you don't want me to start now digging facts for you, because Kenya is, let me do it for your sake. Kenya is position 112. Chad is position 177. So the draw against Chad will reflect negatively on our ranking in the next release. And I will be here to remind you, I wish we won against Chad in the first leg and in the second leg. But it's a good thing because hearing what the coach was saying is that it gives me a platform to try out players, because it is the only platform. Probably, maybe Nigeria is not willing to play Kenya because of the FIFA ranking. Maybe Cameroon is not willing to play Kenya because of the FIFA ranking, Wakili. So that is the only opportunity. Na ndio wanasema hata Simba akikosa nyama anakula nyasi. So we are there, but I wish we won the 2 legs. Then it could have given us impetus even to secure the next friendly.
Absolutely.
But the thing I've been requesting, and I'm happy FKF president is here, let Benny McCarthy be in charge of all the Harambee Stars units, under 17, under 20, under 23, and the senior team. And this is how. Can you
just hold your thoughts there?
This is how the coach.
Just hold your thought. Let's listen to what Benny McCarthy had to say regarding those 2 matches. Here, there is the coach Benny McCarthy.
To start to see the way you want your team to play, the way you want players to move and understand each other. So that a lot of those positives came out in today's game, and I'm delighted for the team, you know, that they get a win that we deserve, and hopefully we can build from this.
And of course, that's Coach Benny McCarthy